I think I was very glad that, and I'm very glad that this is happening in a university. What I am today, a lot of it is because of the university where I studied. I think campuses were, places where a lot of ideas actually grew, and our teachers played very vital role in shaping what we are today and kind of people whom we have become. So, very glad that Osmania University has grabbed this opportunity and decided to host this event so that lot more students can actually, get inspired, then decide. They are at a cusp of deciding what kind of future they want to have, what kind of life they would like to have, and no better opportunity than listening to various things that can be done and where they can actually put their energies into. I think I listened to a lot of such seminars, participated in conferences like this, and it helped me decide the career that I have chosen to be. So I'm glad over at the end of this day, after listening to so many people, there will be students who will make different kind of choices in their life. A little bit about United Way. United Way was formed 140 years ago by a group of volunteers. They felt that individually each one was involved in different kind of activity, volunteering activity, and they felt they were all corporate leaders, and they felt individually they were not able to get the kind of momentum that the community requires. So therefore, they all decided to form an organization, and that's how United Way was formed 140 years ago. So this happened in United States, and a group of individuals decided that they will take, whenever they grow the business and take the businesses to other part of the world, one of the important things that they will do is also to take United Way's vision and vision with them wherever they went. So that's how we are today present in 41 countries across the globe, and we are present in 1,800 cities across the globe, and even in places like Middle East, China, and a large part of Africa, and now in India as well. But a lot of it is in United States because that's where the idea came in, but it is slowly spreading across the globe the way the businesses are spreading. I think even before we go there, I think all individuals, everybody occupies two kinds of positions. One is there is an opportunity for all of us to give, and we also have an opportunity to receive. So this is a very relative position. So there is no permanent thing like somebody who has received some kind of a support today is not in a position to give, or a person who has given today will not be in a position to receive support. So it's a very relative, and it is a cyclic kind of a process, and that is something I think we shouldn't forget as human beings. And because we are changing this position of giving and receiving, there is a lot more responsibility, I think, on each one of us in expanding whatever we are doing. And we could be corporate leaders, we could be teaching, we could be entrepreneurs, or decide to work in a social sector space. I think wherever, whatever career opportunity we choose, this role of giving and receiving is not going to change. I think I just taking from previous speakers, like being a better human being or caring for humanity. Yes, it is not external to us. We want to do this because we want to be happy. We want to be happy, therefore we want to create a world which is better where we are living. I think this is what actually keeps us grounded and humble. And also the fact that today we are givers, tomorrow we could be receivers. So this is the vision with which actually United Way was started. One of the main purpose of this organization, or what we continue to do, is we put it in a sentence called as increasing the caring power in the community. So our entire focus is to engage people in different kind of initiatives through which there is an opportunity for people to care for others. So many times people have an intention to care, they want to do something, but they really don't know what to do and how to do. And each of us, there will be different circumstances. Today I might be able to give more time, tomorrow I might not have, because probably I'm busy engaged in generating an income for my country. So based on whatever is the scope and limitations that I have, I think it's a human nature to always keep looking for an opportunity to care for somebody. That caring starts with family first, with to ourselves. If we don't care for ourselves and really want to be happy, we'll never be able to spread happiness and that caring ability outside. So the first thing is to care for ourselves and love ourselves, and then immediately then your circle expands. It is when we are young and small, probably it is immediately our friends and our family. But as we take on responsibility of being in different leadership roles or working for somebody, our sphere of influence actually keeps changing. So our ability to care according to the sphere of influence that we also have keeps changing. So that's why United Way feels that we wanted to harness this um, innate potential that is there in all human beings to care for others. And our mission and our vision is to increasing the caring power in the community. And how do we go about doing it? Um, there are different ways in which we can do. But for any person and for United Way, I think central to our work is the people and the communities in which people live. And we live in complex world, and there are multiple factors that can actually make or break us. So, but if we can actually broadly divide it, there are four factors that influence people's life. One is education, then access to work, employability, and an opportunity to upskill and actually have a better life. Then other one is good health, and the fourth one is what Hasirullah was talking about, is the environment. The third, fourth factor is a recent entry into the major breaker or maker of how somebody can lead a life. So these are the four areas in which actually United Way works, and we feel it's important to work on all four of them, because not working on any one of them, or if there is a lacuna of non-engagement or a disturbance in one area, can actually derail the other three things that can happen. We have seen what COVID did. We have seen after COVID, we have suddenly seen an increase in the enrollment of children in the government schools. Massive enrollment in government schools. So there is nothing to be really happy about this increase in children's education enrollment in government schools. It's only because parents can't afford paying for their children in private schools, therefore they have come here. Not because there is we have reached saturation where everybody is taking education. Similar thing has happened to healthcare as well. Healthcare has become so expensive, even basic knowledge and even guidance about knowing whether I should consult a doctor for my current situation or not has also become very inaccessible, because everything is translated into terms of money and also availability of people. So this kind of a situation in which we are in can again derail us, and it will deny access to education. One bad health incident in a family, I think there are several studies which have shown there are two important things which actually push a family into poverty again. One is expenses related to education, second thing is expenses related to healthcare. It can make a middle class family into a poor family. It can make poor family which is trying to get out of the vicious cycle of poverty back into the poverty. So that's the kind of an impact actually expenses related to education and health can have. So I think we as a society have moved away from being a socialist kind of a society where there were indicators. Like I remember my grandmother and others saying that the moment you start spending more money on your education and health, which means your society is going in the wrong direction. These are basic necessities for anybody to have a better life, and it should never become expensive. These should be services, or these could be, whether it is private or free services, it has to be accessible to everyone. Only then we can dream of a equitable society. So today we seem to be going in the ulta direction, where we have made education very expensive, healthcare access to be very expensive, and therefore need for more and more people who can actually get into increasing their sense of caring for others. All of us who are studying to become teachers, studying to become doctors, studying to become scientists, we shouldn't lose this sense of our commitment to caring for others in whatever profession we are going to be. So that's what United Way is trying to be. That's the same message to all the students who are there. For others who are in the room, they are part of the scholarship programs that United Way runs. And only thing that we ask these students is to give it forward. Whatever the support that they are receiving today from organizations like ours, create an opportunity and find an opportunity to give it forward to others. That's the only way we are able to increasing the caring power in the community. So we do it slightly differently. What we do is we extensively work with corporate donors because it was formed by corporate leaders. United Way was formed by corporate leaders. And so our major focus is in building this caring power among corporate leaders, because one is, if they can manage business, if they have access to the best of the technology, best of education, best of the resources, we have to push them to think about solving social problems. So therefore, by creating a lot of opportunities to be on boards of United Way and engaging them in different activities, we are figuring out how we can engage corporate leaders to give back to the society and create an opportunity for them. Second thing that we do is we engage corporate employees as well in giving back to the society, in solving the problems that are there. It could be they can come together and start a startup which can give a solution to the problems that we have, or become a band of volunteers who actually go and serve outside. So these are various things that we do. So globally, because I think we are slightly older, when the companies got formed, there was already an allegiance. So out of 500 Fortune 500 companies, 280 of them partner with United Way globally, and their leaders and their employees are engaged in various kind of activities that United Way does. In India, we are 40 years old. It was first started in Baroda. And now we are present in other cities as well, and Hyderabad being one of them. We operate pan-India, and we take up several kind of initiatives. We are predominantly known for fundraising, but that is not the only thing that United Way does. Because it's something popular, I think people associate United Way with a fundraising organization. So this is about Hyderabad. We are just 12 years old, and we want to be that platform which allows three major stakeholders for a society to run. That is, one is non-profits, civil society organizations. I don't mean registered non-profits alone. It could be SHG groups, or it could be farmers, producer companies, any kind of a collective that is being formed. So we want to get them and corporate leaders, because that is one source through which we are trying to accelerate this entire power into, and the government. Government is the biggest NGO, whether we like it or not. Nobody provides service like how the government does. The scale at which government operates, all NGOs put together, I think we contribute to some 2 or 3% of what they do, both in terms of resources and efforts, and the kind of manpower and the network that they have. So it is not wise, I feel, to work away from the government. It's very important that we engage with the system and figure out actually how we work together and create synergy between the government, the people who can donate, and also the community which has its intelligence and an agency to decide the kind of future that they would like to have. These are various services that we do for our donors, because we are mostly fundraising, resource mobilizing. These are various things that we do. And these are the different verticals under which we give grants and also mobilize volunteers to support. So education, healthcare, diversity, equity, inclusion is very critical to our work. So whenever, whatever initiatives we take under any of these verticals, we ensure that the first priority or there is a very conscious effort made to be more inclusive in our work. So my call for action is there are three ways in which you can actually show your caring power. One is volunteer. Please find time to volunteer in your neighborhood or with organizations, or figure out how you would like to. I can see Robin Hood Army here, and with the full-time job, I know what kind of volunteering Kiran is doing. And so if there is a will, there is always a way out, and I'm sure he will elaborately talk about it. So please do volunteer. That is in one way you can show that you care for people. The other thing is advocate for change. If there is a cause that you very strongly feel needs to change in the society, if it could be a behavioral change like what Hasirudala is talking about, I'm going to segregate waste and I'm not going to send it out. Please advocate for this among your neighbors, among your family members first, and to a larger extent if you are able to collectivize. So advocacy is one another way in which you can show that you care. And there is the easiest way of doing that is giving donations. So you can give grants as well. There are many, many non-profits which are doing wonderful work. Find an opportunity through which you can actually donate and part with the resources that you have. So that is the easiest. The last two are slightly difficult to do, but I really appeal and urge you people to focus on the second two, because first one is easier. And I think the people who are sitting in this room are already converted. There is a passion to do something. So I think we should focus more on volunteering and advocating for change. So thank you so much. So my last word is increasing the caring power in the community in which you are living. Thank you.